Hello everyone and welcome to the third deck profile video on the Victory Star YouTube channel. My name is Electrify and today I'm showing off my Sylveon deck list that I played at the Harrogate Regionals recently. This is a dead simple deck in terms of its composition, but it's quite difficult to learn how to play well, I've found. You can sit down and play Sylveon, but there's a lot of sort of nuance in how to play the deck, and you really need to get quite a bit of practice with it before you'll be really good enough to like consistently win matches at a competitive level. So in terms of Pokemon, the deck is super simple: 4 Eevee, 4 Sylveon. That's all you need. You basically the idea is you basically just use your magical ribbon to search out all the cards you ever need, and if need be, you can be attacking with your Fairy Wind or your Plea GX to sort of disrupt your opponent a bit as well. In terms of items, we've got the one Counter Catcher, which is probably the least useful item in the deck. When I use it, it's very, very useful, but I very rarely end up using it. 4 Crushing Hammer and 2 Enhanced Hammer for energy disruption. Field Blower, 4 Max Potion. That's very, 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 very important. Probably the most important item card in the deck is Max Potion. 2 Pal Pads for recycling your supporters, just in case you should happen to lose your second Lusamine, or if you really need to Magical Ribbon for something for next turn, you can get it back. 2 Mount Lanakila, which increases the retreat cost of basic Pokemon by 1. This is super useful for trapping your opponent into a bulky basic Pokemon. They just can't do anything. In terms of supporters, you've got 3 Acerola, 1 Faba, which is really great addition to the deck from Lost Thunder, which Lost Zones one of your opponent's tools or special energy, which is super useful for matchups against the Oranguru from Ultra Prism, who will just try and recycle all their energy. If you can just Lost Zone it instead, they can't do that. 1 Gladion, just in case you prize something that you really need, mainly the Lusamine. 2 Guzma, 2 Judge, 2 Lusamine. With this you can perform the Lusa Loop, where you just play Lusamine to get supporters and stadiums back. And you get 1 supporter in one stadium and your other Lusamine, so you can just keep doing that infinitely. Mars for a little bit of extra draw power, which you do sometimes need after you've been judged or something like that. And it also discards cards from your opponent's hand, which means you can thin their deck out a little bit doing that. 4 Plumeria for energy disruption as well. 2 Kukui, because there's a lot of Pokemon that have like 120 or 130 HP right now, like Baby Buzzwole. So being able to hit them with your Fairy Wind and getting 1-hit KO is very important. 2 Grunt for more energy disruption. You've got 2 Bodybuilding Dumbbells just to give you a little bit of extra tank. And it means that Sylveon actually resists Dark, so a fully powered up Zoroark will only hit 100 on you without a Choice Band or anything, but that is still a 2-hit KO, so the Bodybuilding Dumbbells means they need a Choice Band or something like that, or they're just going to 3-hit KO you. In terms of energy, we've got 12 Fairy and 2 double Colorless, because it's super important that you start with a Fairy energy. It's super, super important. If you don't start Fairy energy, you're going to have a really bad time of it. Because you need that energy turn 1 to evolve straight into Sylveon. So let's... There's no save changes, you're a liar. Let's get into a match and see how we do. There's a lot of really good matchups for Sylveon right now. A lot of decks that run primarily special energy is great for Sylveon. Lots of decks that run low counts of energy, like Zoroark, really good for Sylveon. Alright, so we are playing against Rayquaza. This is a great matchup for Sylveon. I don't want to say instant win, but it's really, really very strong. We lost the coin flip, which is fine, because it means we can Magical Ribbon turn 1. So that's, like, losing the coin flip's not that bad with Sylveon. Like, a turn 1 Magical Ribbon is not the worst thing in the world. Going second only really sucks if you've got, like, a Skull Grunt or something in hand. Okay, only 1 mulligan, that's good. And we do have the dumbbells, we've got Mount Lanakila, we've got Plumeria and Kukui, we've got stuff to set up, we're good. Alright, what have you started? Alright, they got the Ray. I'm definitely going to be turn 1 Magical Ribboning for the double Colorless energy, because if I can take a knockout on Ray, that would be awesome. Right, Grass energy in the discard pile, that's not brilliant for me. Alright, they got the Grubbin straight away. You can Plea GX their Vikavolt as well, which is quite nice, because they can go straight back to the hand and then they're stuffed. Want to type for Cynthia? Lily, maybe? Yeah. Right, this isn't great, because they probably are going to have Rare Candy Vikavolt for next turn, which is no fun for me. Yep. So that's 2 energy they'll have up. What did they lose? Alright, they have 2 energy up now. Treasure away another energy. Man. Oh man, are you going to treasure for Marshadow? Treasure for Ray, that's okay. Man, they are thinning through that deck. So we've already got 3 energy up, so they'll have 5 energy up next turn with a Vikavolt. Still not enough. Manual attach for 6, choice band for 7 maybe, but they did lose an energy recycler, which is fun. We have a second Eevee, but I'm not going to bench it. Right, so I'm probably not going to Kukui this turn either. I think I'm going to Plumeria that the active. So it's Energy Evolution. Right, we've... Oh, wow, we prized an Eevee as well, great. Prized an Enhanced Hammer. Got all our Max Potions. We've prized a Judge. And a DCE. And I think the rest is Energy. Okay. Right, let's get that Magical Ribbon. Well, not the Magical Ribbon, the Sylveon. What do I Plumeria? I'm going to Plumeria away the Kukui and the Field Blower. Get rid of the energy on the active. Mount Lanakila. Bodybuilding Dumbbells. Now in Magical Ribbon, we have to Ribbon for... We don't actually have to Ribbon for Max Potion. We can just Ribbon for the energy. So we'll get that. And we're going to get... Let me think. It's difficult. It's a difficult matchup. Tempted to grab Judge, because I have a feeling they're going to Tempest if they don't get the Vikavolt. And if I can Judge, I get a bigger hand anyway, so... Yeah, grab Judge. Right. Playing online with this sucks, because that timer's not going to stop going, is it? Can we stop with the timer noise, please? I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but that's really annoying. Thank you. So, playing online is kind of annoying because you do have that timer, which you don't really have in real life. People are sort of more lax about that, more forgiving. A lot of the time I'll just say to my opponent, just start your turn, I'll just grab my cards, which you shouldn't really do, but... What is his plan? A lot of raid decks online just scoop to you, because there's no like downside for scooping online. And especially if we've stopped him from setting up like this. He's already got 5 energy in play, so 2 on the bench and 3 in the discard pile. Raid decks, oh, back when I ran raid, typically ran... Oh, wow, okay. Man, what is the plan here? If I knock this out, I get 2 prizes. Can he kill me? I have 240 HP. He needs a lot of energy to be able to kill me. He needs 8 energy. He can't get 8 energy next turn. So, I'm going to go for the Judge. I don't think he had a decent hand, but I really don't want the hand I've got either. Man, if we can get that Crushing Hammer, that would be amazing. Yep, he's scooped. Scooped. Fair enough. Fair enough, it's a bad matchup for Ray. Bad matchup for Ray. Let's play another game, because we've not been going too long, I don't think. Ray's like an ideal matchup. Well, it's not really, because they can swarm you if they go really quickly. Ideal matchup really is something like... I find that Buzzrock is pretty good, because if you can stop them from getting energy off and you just don't take prizes, they've got no real way of doing much damage to you. So Buzzrock is, if there's anything that's like an instant win, Buzzrock is the instant win. Unless you don't get the energy turn one, and then you're going to get donked. Just a grass deck. I don't know what that deck box is either. That's a Generations logo, but I've never seen that deck box before. What is this deck going to be? It's a pure grass deck. PKFM is the name. I've never heard of them, so I don't think they're any like crazy YouTuber or anything. Yeah, just a grass deck. What? Sceptile? Maybe? You'd think it'd run like a Lele though, right? I don't know. I have no idea what we're about to play. Oof, that's not an amazing hand, to be perfectly honest. We do have the DCE, which is nice. We have the dumbbells. I think we were going first, I don't remember. Go on, draw your cards. Draw your cards. Okay. Is there a good Vespiquen in Standard right now? I don't know. Am I going to Mars or am I going to Skull Grunt? They've got a lot of cards in hand, so I'm going to Skull Grunt. Yeah, be rid of that. What do you do? If you have... Oh, you do 120 if you've got Grass Pokemon down. Alright. Okay. Right. I'm not going to commit my dumbbells just yet. I don't think there's a need for that. So let's grab our Sylveon. I didn't check the HP of that Vespiquen. That's fine though, because we can take out... Man, this is like a fun deck. I like this. I like this a lot. And using Grovyle to search out all your grass Pokemon, that's really fun. This might actually be really strong. Lily rather than Cynthia, okay. They do have the Vespiquen in hand, and the Grovyle, I suppose. Means it for Cynthia for next turn. Okay. Ah, they didn't get another energy, though. Right, this is where we go hard. So, Mars. Oh, we got rid of the Grovyle! That's big! That's very big. Okay, this is where we just go for it. This is where we just go for it. We just start attacking. The Combi is down. I assume they didn't get another Combi, otherwise they would have benched it. They lost their Grovyle. They're working on top decks to try and get energy. Oh, they got another Grovyle. Lucky. They do have a Cynthia in hand, and they've got the Elm's Lecture off. Okay. Okay. Okie doke. I still think the correct play is to just go for it. They aren't going to do much... They're not going to do any damage to me this turn, actually. That Grovyle's going to start searching things. Netball for the energy. Okay. Probably Fermantis to start attaching it. No? Okay. Alright. Right, should use Sunshine Grace for another Grovyle, right? Or Fermantis. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so they're going to start boosting up their damage output with the Fermantis. Right, so I'm going to Plumeria that energy away. I want it gone. We're going to ditch the Counter Catcher and an energy of our own. Get rid of that. I'm going to evolve into the second Eevee, Sylveon, just because I want a backup. I don't want to get caught by surprise. Yep, they scoop again. Well, we've had 2 scoops against us today, but I don't really have time to do a full game, unfortunately. But you can see how infuriating Sylveon could become. Like, I just ran them out of things to do. The main aim with Sylveon is to stop your opponent from being able to do what they want to do. That's basically it. A lot of decks are just go full power, get super control, and just go really aggressive. Sylveon is more about just stopping your opponent from accomplishing their goals and thereby winning. So yeah, we'll go back onto the deck list. So yeah, that's my deck list. That's the one I used at Harrogate. I'm thinking about some tweaks to it. I'm not sure I need 2 Pal Pad. 1 is useful, but I don't know if I need 2, so I might drop that down to 1. May go back up to 3 Enhanced Hammers. I did have 3 originally, but then when Faba came out, I dropped 1 for Faba. I might go back to 3, because I do think I missed it at Harrogate. It would be nice to have had another one. Maybe drop the Counter Catcher, because like I say, I never seem to use it. Maybe drop the Counter Catcher. Honestly, maybe thinking about Ennaporter. Because moving a special energy onto something totally useless is sometimes better than discarding it, because it means they can't get it back with their Oranguru or something like that. It's almost as good as Lost Zone, but I'd probably just put another Faba in, honestly. Also thinking about a 3rd Lusamine. Not sure what I'd ditch for that. Maybe the Field Blower. It doesn't often come in all that useful, but yeah. A lot of decks run Lysander Labs as well. I've never seen it super useful. I'd rather have just a 2nd Lanakila. I'm sure it comes in clutch, but it's probably maybe a Lysander Labs instead of Field Blower. That's probably better. But yeah, there's some tweaks to the deck. I think my energy count is nice. Only 2 double colorless energy seems strange because most decks that use DCA will run 4. But 2 is really all you need. If you've lost 2 Sylveons, you're at a point where you can't really afford to be attacking. You need to be playing in a super control game. So having 2 DCs is not that bad, and you can just pile on the regular energy as well. So yeah, that was my Sylveon deck. If you've enjoyed this, make sure that you subscribe so you can see more videos, not about Sylveon. Make sure you click the link below if you haven't already subscribed to us on Podbean or wherever. Check out the Sylveon podcast, the Victory Star podcast on Podbean. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have, and as much as my opponents haven't.